Hello ladies and gentlemen, Green here and welcome to another episode of Roster Review. For those of you new to this is the series where you submit your rosters in my Discord server, in the Fix My Roster chat, links will be in the description, and I put them in Photoshop, put them all in a video, and try my best to give you advice on what future things you should focus on and what characters are safe to invest in. So yeah, with all that being said, if you want to participate, feel free to join the Discord server and submit them. And the next video will be released as soon as this one will reach 150 likes. So let's get that going. And at the same time, I'll review 5 rosters plus 1 more roster for each 10 comments on this video. And in this one we'll have 10 rosters because we had 50 comments on the last one. So that's pretty much how it works. So yeah, with all that being said, thank you all for watching this and let's get into it. This one is from DCGDK, and as you can see it's a new player roster. And I must say, man, that you got very unlucky on your gold characters that you got. Like, not extremely unlucky, but Unbreakable Cyborg is not a great character. Blademaster Robin is a terrible character. Grid and Deadshot, let's say they are okay, and Blue Beetle is yet again terrible. Like, right now, you don't have any character on this account that's going to be a long-term investment. Well, maybe Dr. Fate, but that's a very long-term investment. But what I want you to do is to get, of course, your Confluent Psychoman from the League Store as soon as you are able to, and pair him up with Armored Superman and Dr. Fate. And that's going to be your main team. Until then, you are going to play pretty much Arena, Champions Arena, and whatever you used to play. You are going to pretty much play a mix and match of characters, because you don't really have any solid characters that you should build teams around. Like, you could try and build some teams around Deadshot and Armored Superman, not because they are great characters, but because of the fact that they are 4 stars and you're going to get higher stats out of them. So pair Deadshot up with Blademaster Robin, I guess, and with Dr. Fate, and use his special tree, and pair Armored Superman with Grid and whatever. It doesn't really matter. Maybe Scarecrow, though you shouldn't really go hard on that Silver Scarecrow, you know. But yeah, and definitely use that Green Lantern as support character. I see you're doing it. I see you're playing every character on your roster because they are all high level in Arena, trying to get that Elite 1 and maybe Elite 4 in the future. And because you're a new player, you're most likely in the Hack Arena and you're having a very hard time. And I'm sorry for you, mate, but yeah. Keep at it, get your Confluent Psychoman, and hopefully things will get better in the Arena. Let's move to the next roster. So this is from Double D, and this is another Dead and Daddy reference. But yeah, anyway, the concerning thing about this one is that Power Girl being so high up. But we are going to assume the best, okay? We're going to assume he got Powered Supergirl from the raids, and we're going to assume that he's got high level gears for her from the raid drops. We're never going to assume that this man invested anything into her, okay? You got your Confluent Psychoman going, he's the highest rate character that you got in your roster, and that's a good thing. Of course, pair him up with Shazam and Dr. Fate. I don't really see a Power Girl in here, so I'm not sure if you've got a Power Girl, and you should get yourself a Power Girl if you don't have her. Again, I'm not seeing her, because you're going to need 2 power reduction characters. Right now, your only power reduction character is going to be Dr. Fate, and if you're going to use Black Adam, for example, you're going to need a second power reduction character. If you're going to, in the future, use... the camera is not okay. Now it's okay, okay, we'll stop moving the camera. If you're going to use Silver Banshee in the future, then yet again you're going to need another power reduction character. You shouldn't have gotten Confluent Psychoman all the way to 5 stars. You should have stopped after unlocking him, gotten Power Girl to 4 stars, and then moved back into unlocking him and get into getting him higher star rating, and then whatever. But you need to get yourself a Power Girl, so that's definitely a focus that should be in your mind. And once you get Power Girl, you're going to pair Armored Superman with Black Adam and Power Girl, or you can replace Black Adam with Silver Banshee if until that point she's going to be at the very least 4 stars, because she really needs to be 4 stars in order to work properly. And Arkham Knight Batman is going to do fine for you as he is. Stop investing any resources into him, because until you get yourself Heartbreaker, Harley Quinn and Entangling Poison Ivy, is going to be more or less useless in terms of raids and soul rates. But yeah, with all that being said, this is pretty much all the advice I could give you for this roster. Thank you very much for submitting. I hope you found this helpful, and let's move to the next one. Okay, this one is from Pro XD, and I see you got yourself quite a few arena season characters, so you're hopefully able to constantly get Elite 1 in arena, as it seems, because they are only 3 stars. You should try and push for Elite 4 because it's not that far away from Elite 1, and if you're getting Elite 1 constantly, you'll have more characters, obviously, and it's going to be easier for you. But if you don't have time for that, Elite 1 is still okay. And in terms of what you have over here, your go-to team for raids and soul raids for the time being will be Speed Force the Flash, coupled with Kilflance Aquaman and with Dr. Fate for now. Or Armored Superman instead of Speed Force the Flash if you need more defense on your characters instead of fast tech that Speed Force the Flash provides, though I would suggest going with Speed Force the Flash. Other than that, there's not much advice I could give you. You obviously know what you're doing, or at the very least it seems that you know what you're doing. Your account is heading in the right way. And in terms of your other characters, I don't really see anything that is going to be safe future investment other than the Kilflance Aquaman. Like, yeah, you could invest in Dr. Fate because you'll eventually get him as well to level 60 gears, but for now I'd say you hold on to your materials other than Kilflance Aquaman. Dump everything into Kilflance Aquaman. There's never too many materials dumped into Kilflance Aquaman, but after you're done with that, if you don't have any other characters, hold on to your resources until you get yourself another strong damage dealer, and that will most likely be Silver Banshee because that's the most accessible thing. And now I hope you're working towards getting yourself a Power Girl from the League Store. Like, you don't really have straight away a character that can benefit from her directly, but I guess you can find something to pair her up with, and she's going to help you out in Arena NCA. And if you get yourself a Power Girl to 4 stars, it's most likely going to reach 4 stars before you get Dr. Fate to 4 stars, so you might as well switch her in the same team with Kilflance Aquaman and build yourself a stronger rating. But yeah, this was pretty much it for this roster. Thank you very much for submitting, and let's get to the next one. Okay, this one was submitting by, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. It ends in 007, okay? So, you got yourself an Arkham Knight Batman. Stop putting resources into the Arkham Knight Batman. He's great, he's amazing, but he needs Heartbreaker, Harley Quinn, and Entangling Poison Ivy to be effective in raids and soul raids. And at the same time, you don't need to have him upgraded. I've seen people use him at high level of play, at level 20 gears. Because he simply does not need to be upgraded. He's simply tanky enough to survive, and he does not deal the damage. Kilflance Aquaman, it's good to see up there, paired up with Shazam and the power reduction character, of course. You also got Black Adam pretty high up there. You're going to pair him up with the other power reduction character that you're not using for King, and another third character. Like, for Black Adam, you could do a couple of things. Atrocitus is always a safe pick as the third character for him. Silver Banshee if you're fighting bosses, and use the second special of Silver Banshee, and then Black Adam will inflict debuffs on them each time you use a special tree. So you've got plenty of choices as a third character for your Black Adam needs. I'm going to assume that Batwoman over there has been gotten from soul raids or something, and you got her gear drops from raids. If you're going to go out of your way and use her, you don't really have the tools to use her. Look, the most efficient team for Batwoman is going to be a team that requires her to be in the same team with Multiverse Armor Supergirl. And if you have Multiverse Armor Supergirl, then you might as well use Multiverse Armor Supergirl, so definitely not a safe long-term investment. You seem to also have a lot of Justice League members, but you don't seem to have Justice League Cyborg, so don't really touch those until you get yourself Justice League Cyborg. You've got Predator Batman, and that's very good because that thing is very, very hard to come by nowadays. You'll of course be able to pair him up with Silver Banshee once you get her up and going, and the power reduction character. But yeah, future goals for this account would be, I guess, getting Silver Banshee. And I know you might be like, I don't have enough power reduction characters for 3 power reduction dependent characters. Because you have King, you have Black Adam, and I'm telling you to go for Silver Banshee. But you got her at 2 stars. I see her there, she's at 2 stars. She needs to be 4 stars to work. But the thing is, Black Adam does not necessarily require a power reduction character. He performs a little bit better with a power reduction character, but he does not necessarily require one. So what you can do is pair Black Adam with Reverse Flash and Atrocitus, and then pair Silver Banshee with Predator, Batman, and Power Girl, and King with Dr. Fate and Shazam, and bam, you got yourself 3 Raids and Soul Raid teams. Not the Black Adam is not going to be the best team in the world, but nevertheless a team that you can use. But yeah, for now, you don't really have much to do other than invest into your King, invest into your Silver Banshee, and into Black Adam. Keep in mind that King and Silver Banshee take priority over Black Adam, but at the same time Silver Banshee needs to be 4 stars. So, hope you found this helpful. And in terms of your artifacts, you got a ton of artifacts over there. All the artifacts you have don't necessarily need to be broken, like each one of them has a meaning. You got your Claws of Horse level 2. Okay, put all your resources into that level 4 All Blades. Everything put into the level 4 All Blades. And at this point you should deal more damage with that All Blades in almost all the situations. So use that mainly. And at the same time, I guess if you get your Firebox to level 2, it will deal more damage than a level 4, the All Blades. But yeah, get that All Blades to level 10. That Amulet of Might, don't break it, like you can use it against fights where you can't tag in and out, and in normal raids, because in soul raids you're better off using the Firebox. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for submitting your roster, and let's get to the next one. This one is here, I think, just for the flex, because it's only 1 page of the roster. But jokes on you, I did not include your threat. And yeah, it looks good, mate. It looks good, not gonna lie. The Armored Superman being at level 60 gears is a little bit questionable, but other than that, it's a solid roster. I see you're struggling with the gears, so on Last of the Joker, you're most likely running a Last of the Joker with 4 of the 5 gears. And I definitely do hope you have an Arkham Knight Batman for the Heartbreak Harley Quinn, because if not, it sucks. Also, Predator Batman pretty damn high threat, not gonna lie. But yeah, nice roster, mate. Let's get to the next one. This roster was by far the most annoying to edit in Photoshop, because the screenshots were taken so badly. From now on, we're going to have a new rule. If I don't like the way you take your screenshots, I'm not going to review your roster. Because it should be very, very simple to take a screenshot. Like, I have to make the video. I have to edit them in Photoshop. All you have to do is to screenshot. How hard can that be? How can you screw that up? But yeah, getting into the roster. You got yourself a Confluence Aquaman team that you've got going over there, and that's good. Power Girl, Shazam, or Dr. Fate instead of Power Girl. All that good stuff. Replace Shazam with Classic Superman when you're fighting sub-bosses, because they have a higher defense, and use the special 2 or 3 times. 2 times should be enough, even though he's 3 stars. You've got the Silver Banshee going, per Grapple Reverse Flash, and the other power reduction character, of course. You don't seem to have a Cyborg, so don't really touch your Just League characters. And the very interesting thing is that you have Black Manta. Like, look. If you want to say you don't seem to have the gears for Black Manta, they are like $10 in the shop. You have 2 options. Either spend the $10 in the shop or forget for about a year about Black Manta, because if you are going to go ahead and open his power-up chest to get his gears at this point, then you are going to hinder your account's progress by a whole lot. And that's pretty much the only place where you can get his gears from. So either pay the $10 or forget that you have Black Manta. If you decide to pay the $10, pair him up with Just League the Flash and Bane. But yeah, other than that, there's not much I could say about this account. You're definitely focusing on the right characters. Like, I think that you should really prioritize, since you're going to use the Reverse Flash strategy and not the Predator Batman strategy for Silver Banshee. She's got somewhat of a passive. That passive is going to give her a chance to disable the abilities, right? And this chance is going to increase with the level of the passive. And she's simply not going to work optimally at 3 stars. So you should prioritize your CA prismatic shards and your league requests towards getting Silver Banshee to 4 stars. That will be your utmost priority, because from 4 stars she will function decently. Like, the ideal is of course to be 5 stars, to have a 5-star passive, but at 4 stars she will do fine. This is pretty much everything I have to say about this one. Learn to take screenshots. It shouldn't be hard. Come on, mate. And let's get to the next one. Okay, this one is from Yayo. And I think he said that he did not have the gears for Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd. Look, you know I always say that you should never invest into talents early on in the game. This is an exception. This is a situation where you should put all your credits into Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd's passive talents, because you need lethal. He's going to have a passive that will give you energy each time he does a lethal attack. So you should go ahead and invest into his talents and get as many lethal talents as possible. Common ones, rare ones, epic ones, the higher the better, but it's going to do for the time being. And don't go too hard, like if you get all rares you're going to be fine, like half rares, half commons. But the thing is with Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd is that if you have Firebox, he's going to do an infinite combo. If you don't have Firebox, he's going to do an infinite combo if the enemy is at the wall. And he's going to be an amazing combo builder. So even though you don't have the gears for him, he's going to be able to be a combo builder without the gears because of the infinite combo that he's able to do. And he's still going to do an amazing job because he generates energy for you and he reduces the defense of the enemy. And for now you could do a pretty interesting team. Though it will not benefit that much Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd because if you don't have the gears for him you'll not have fast stack chance. Ideally it would be Shazam, Flint Aquaman and Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd. But if you don't have Shazam you can still put Just League the Flash in there and still be fine for the most part. Other than that, you get yourself a Silver Banshee. Yet again, you really need to get her to 4 stars to really work properly. And focus on Reverse the Flash, since you don't have Predator Batman and you don't really have chances to get him anymore. And put in another power reduction character over there. You might take a look at your Batman or Joker, and the fact that I always say that he's a pretty decent damage dealer, and think that you might want to upgrade him and use him as a damage dealer in a Batman Ninja team. Well, yes, this would be an option if you had Batman Ninja Robin. Because Batman Ninja Robin is where the huge amount of damage from the Batman Ninja team comes from. Unless you get yourself a Batman Ninja Robin, then Batman Ninja Lord Joker is not going to perform well. By the way, is that a name in Spanish? Señor Gusano? That sounds funny. So, sorry if I offended anybody, but that sounds legit funny. But yeah, that's pretty much it for a roster. Get some little on Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd, focus all your resources on your Flint Aquaman until you get Silver Bench to 4 stars, then give her 2 some love. And hope you found this helpful. Let's get to the next one. This one was submitted by your guy Rai, and I don't necessarily like what I'm seeing here. Like, don't get me wrong, Predator Batman is a good character but should not be your priority. Your priority should be Flint Aquaman, and maybe you're figuring that out. I want you to put from now on all your resources into Flint Aquaman. You also got Multiverse, the Flash and Nightwing pretty high up there. Like Nightwing you can leave him alone for the time being, and Multiverse the Flash kind of needs Multiverse Armored Supergirl to be usable in the Multiverse team, but at the same time he's got 3 fast tech hits, so you might as well use him as a combo builder for Predator Batman in raids and soul raids. And maybe you're already doing that. You got yourself a 3-star Silver Banshee with no gears. You should really farm her challenge because that's where you'll get her gears. I think that's the artwork for no gears at the very least, or not all the gears, but you'll be able to get her gears from there easily and build her up from there, and I definitely recommend you go ahead and build her up because she's going to perform amazingly for you. And you're going to pair her up with Reverse Flash and Power Reduction character. King goes with, you don't have Shazam, so I guess again, the other Power Reduction character, Power Girl or Dr. Fate. You don't have Power Girl either, so I suggest you get that from the League Store before proceeding to getting your Flint Aquaman to a higher star rating. But yeah, your Predator Batman does not really need a Power Reduction character. You can pair him up with Multiverse the Flash as a combo builder and Classic Superman to reduce the defense of the bosses that you're fighting. Other than that, you pretty much got a mix and match of characters around here, some Just League characters, some Batman Ninja characters, but you don't have enough of them to make them work. You got yourself a 3-star Black Manta. Yet again, buy his gears from the offer store or don't invest into him because buying the power-up chest for Black Manta to get all his gears is going to deplete a lot of gems, and that's not the priority for you right now. But yeah, let's recap it. Get Power Girl from the League Store, get Silver Banshee to 4 stars and get her gears, and invest into Conflant Aquaman, and after you get Power Girl to 4 stars, get him all the way to 6 stars. Like, you've got a lot of the League Store characters, and like, it's okay to get them all, but only after you get your King to 6 stars and Power Girl to 4 stars. Like, you got every League Store character other than Power Girl. At the very least, I think you don't have Power Girl, or I don't see her, but it happens that I miss things, so yeah. Hope you found this helpful, and let's get to the next roster. The last 2 rosters are going to be from the same person, because this person submitted both the main account and the secondary account. And this one is a little bit weird. We got ourselves a build Firestorm. This person already also built Warrior Queen Wonder Woman to some extent. White Canary is pretty high threat, and I don't like seeing that. And this person also said the fact that they never really understood the game that much, and that's okay. Well, I'm here to clarify what you did not understand so far. So, first of all, there's nothing wrong with building the characters that you like. There's nothing wrong with building Firestorm. But the thing is, you kind of need to build the characters that perform very well, so those characters will help you get the resources so you can build at a much faster rate the characters you want to build in the future. First up, I like the fact that your Conflant Aquaman is the highest threat character in your roster. Definitely pair him up with Shazam and Dr. Fate, but most likely you already know that. And you also mentioned, I'm not sure if about this Conflant Aquaman or the one in the secondary account, that you have him built for Phase 2. And that's kind of pointless at this point. Like, in the past you could have built him for Phase 2, but the thing is, with the Conflant Aquaman that's built with critical attack chance and critical attack damage, you'll deal around 13 million damage on Phase 2 or more at level 7 gears. With a Conflant Aquaman that is built towards Phase 2, specifically, you'll deal around 20 million damage. And of course, the Conflant Aquaman that's built towards Phase 2 is going to perform better for you, in Phase 2 specifically. And there would be no problem if you were to always use him in Phase 2, because you obviously did not care how he performed against our normal raid fights. But now that we got soul raids, this is not going to positively impact you in terms of your soul raid performance. So I suggest you switch for both Conflant Aquamans into a critical attack chance build, because that's really the most optimal thing to do, and it will perform good enough in Phase 2 as well. And now let's take a look first at this roster, and then we'll move on the other one. This one, you could actually share that tech artifact that you got. Like, it's level 4, maybe keep it for the time being, but it's one of the worst artifacts in the entire game, and you could use the resources to upgrade that All Blades. Definitely get All Blades all the way to level 10. Now, in terms of what characters you have over here, you could get the Multiverse thing going with Multiverse the Flash, Multiverse Armor, Supergirl, and Red Hood. Do you have Red Hood? It doesn't matter. If you have Red Hood, to use him. If not, put Multiverse Green Arrow in that team as a replacement for the time being until you get yourself Red Hood. Something else, Silver Bench is only 3 stars, maybe try and get her to 4 stars. Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd, you should actually use Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd. Like, put some coins into getting his talents of lethal attack chance, because you need that to get him going, get his passives going. And after that, put Firebox on him, because you do have the Firebox, and use the Infinite Combo to use him as a combo builder for your Conflant Aquaman. And just leave Shazam in the team, get out Dr. Fate, because Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd will generate for you all the power that you need. And that's going to be a very, very strong team, and you can switch your power reduction characters towards our team that might need them. Also, a thing that I found pretty weird, I can't really, you got Cyborg over there, and I'm not sure, but that might be the artwork for the maxed out level 60 gear Cyborg, or it might not be. But nevertheless, you got yourself a Cyborg, you got yourself a Flash, and you got yourself an Aquaman. At the same time, you got unlocked Justice League Superman. He's only 3 stars and you most likely don't have the gears, so leave him be and build the classic Justice League team with Justice League Flash, Justice League Cyborg, and Justice League Aquaman. They will perform amazing for you. So yeah, for now at the very least, those should be your priorities. Also, you could get going a Batman Ninja team actually, other than putting Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd in the same team with Conflant Aquaman. Like, you've got yourself Batman Catwoman and Batman Robin. Batman Catwoman might not have all the gears, but you also have Batman Lord Joker, and for Batman Lord Joker you can get the gears easily. So you're going to do the following. If for Batman Ninja Catwoman you are going to have 3 or more gears, then build her. If you have 2 gears or less, then build Batman or Joker and pair him up with Batman Gorilla Grodd and Batman Robin. In terms of a League of Anarchy team, you don't seem to have Entangling Poison Ivy, or at the very least I don't see her anywhere. But you can't really build that team without Entangling Poison Ivy, so don't even bother. But if you do, and if you have like 3 or 4 gears for less of the Joker, then you might want to build that one in the future. But yeah, for now this is pretty much everything that I could say about this one. Now let's move on to the other account that you have. Just a moment. Okay, so this is the secondary account. On this one things look a little bit better, but at the same time you didn't have that many options on this one. So for now, obviously, Killenfly and Aquaman with Shazam and Dr. Fate should be your main team that you should be putting all your resources on. And other than that, you also got Justice League Superman on this one. He seems to follow you around. But you don't have Justice League Cyborg on this one, sadly, so no Justice League team for now. But what you could do if you somehow manage to get your hands on the gears for Justice League Superman, if you want to buy them, fine. If you don't want to buy them, then don't waste gems on the power-up chest. But if you do, you can pair him up with 2 Batman characters and make him deal some damage that way. Or what you could do alternatively is build yourself a Silver Batman paired up with a Nightmare Batman and with a Justice League Superman, and use your Silver Batman as the main damage dealer. And Justice League Superman as kind of a combo builder, though I don't know if he could survive that. But for now, the safest thing is to focus on your Killenfly and Aquaman. I would suggest you don't go for the Phase 2 build, it's of course up to you. And maybe work towards getting Silver Banshee, because that's going to be the easiest character that you can get your hands on. But yeah, this is everything I had to say for this one and for this roster. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, links to the Discord will be in the description, so feel free to submit your rosters. And when I do a video, I'll review the most recent rosters, so keep that in mind. And I'll do one more after this one hits 150 likes. And yet again, I'll do 5 rosters plus 1 for each 10 comments on this video. So thank you again for watching, subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you all in the next one.